The Draughani of Nephos is the greatest threat that the Solurans ever faced in its long history. Their draconic nature further amplifies the infamous Draughani pride as they proclaim themselves as the true descendants of the dragon god Zarfaran. They were once the tyrannical rulers of the entire Soluran system, conquerors of stars that drenched the heavens with blood and fire. It was a time before the rise of the Golden Dynasty, where they were once called their empire as Draconiah, the nation of dragons. They enslaved countless other species that lived within the system and were single-handedly responsible for the extinction of several sentient races during their bloody reign. They remained unchallenged in strength and power until the rise of the Golden Dynasty on the planet of Solura. When the Golden Dynasty conquered the entire system in a lightning-fast campaign led by the first Primorians, the Draconiah were subsequently subjugated under the rule of the dynasty for centuries. They became their fierce shock troopers on the field, utilizing their inherently strong connection to the dragon god Zarfaran to its fullest potential when waging war against the enemies of the dynasty, or to quell rebellions that were scattered across the planets. Only after the fall of the Golden Dynasty did they regain their lost pride. They resettled on the homeworld of Nephos and subsequently rebuilt their fallen structures and temples while building grand castles of marble and gold using the knowledge they gained from serving their golden overlords. However, despite their newfound knowledge and strength, they were unable to reclaim most worlds that were once under the banner of the Draconiah. Thus, they remained upon their own world of Nephos, strengthening their warriors until the time they were finally strong enough to reclaim what was once theirs by right of blood. In their design, I took inspiration from ancient Greek and Roman aesthetics for the civilian outfit. They wore various kinds of accessories, from golden bracelets to necklaces. They exude a sense of pride in every way they move and speak, constantly looking down on other species as lesser than them, while they maintain that deceptive, noble look. While their civilian outfit was somewhat easier for me to design, it was their military armor that proved to be a significant challenge. There were no dragon-like races found in other science fiction media, as most of which were confined to the fantasy genre. So I had to come up with something that looks protective and menacing while maintaining that brutal look. So I turned to the concept arts for Man of Steel, which gives me the right idea to start working on the Grimscale armor. Each Draughani were primarily bred for war and bloodshed. The armor they wore was more than enough to become a statement of their sole purpose. Thus, each metal plating upon the suit was thick enough to be able to withstand medium caliber rounds from a single rail rifle. Despite its bulkiness, their Grimskull armor does not constrain its wearers in their movements, which meant that they were as mobile as a human in Ares. The Draughani armor itself had gone through several designs. The previous ones felt more like uniforms compared to the current one, which becomes even more obvious once I had them drawn together with a cataphract suit. So I decided to redesign it for this video. I will be exploring more for the Draughani in the near future, as I have several ideas and expanding them even more, such as the Draughani Chosen, which I shall be redesigning sometime later to incorporate the new designs. There are also other races that I intend to put into illustration, such as the elf-like elflings who were refugees of a distant dying world, and the avian species of the Oronians, former slaves to the Draughani. Well, I shall see you all soon enough. Take care and cheers.